Okay, this is Roger's interview.
Okay, what's the function?
Okay.
Is this verbal?
Yes, this is
Oh,
all.
okay, okay,
Yeah, this is all just
okay.
how you respond to the questions. What was your path to the Indiana Academy? How did you get here?
Well, I was in graduate school at Purdue, and my major professor saw an advertisement for a Russian teacher with a German background, and encouraged me to apply. And at the time, I thought, oh, I don't really know if I wanted to teach high school. I thought I wanted to teach college,
Yeah.
but I'd have to go on with a PhD. And I was kind of ready to maybe take a break from school. So I thought, oh, I might as well apply. And I applied and I got an interview. Actually, I remember when my major professor came in and told me that my recommendations had called to ask her about me. And so she knew I was going to get called for an interview. So I got called for an interview, and then I didn't hear back for a long time. And then late July, Dr. Green, who was the director at that time, called me and asked if I was still interested.
Okay.
And I said I was, and I got the job.
Awesome. Cool. You started working here the second year.
First year.
Oh yeah, that's right, the first year.
I was part of the first year.
Huh. Cool. All right. Which aspect of the academy had the greatest meaning for you? Has held the greatest meaning for you?
Oh, working with the students. That's what keeps me coming back.
Think so?
Mhm.
That's the answer that I got from Barbara Spike, and she said she just loves working with the students, even though she doesn't get to see them that much.
Mhm.
So
I like that, and I like the fact that we have, autonomy in our classroom. That basically what we want to teach.
So it's okay.
I mean, we need
On the
to.
test, you'll have. I did them and made sure that we got some eyes.
Nobody interferes with what we want to
Here's what would
teach.
happen if you
So,
had
like,
eyes.
if I want to teach
would
you some
have,
history,
like,
I can
4
teach you some
plus or
history,
minus.
or if
So
I
you're
want to
saying
put in
negative
literature, I can
16.
put in literature.
Over
If I
2.
need to take it a little slower, I can do that. If I need to,
When
if I
that
want to
happens,
speed it up, I can do that.
This
It's
can turn
basically,
into the
it's my
square root of
class.
negative
I never thought of it that way.
Mhm.
Huh.
times the square root of 16.
Cool.
Right?
All right. Question number 3. What do you wish you had known
What if I
about the
could
academy
separate
before you
16
began your work
into
here?
16 times negative
Well,
1? Okay,
when
I
I
should
started
separate
here,
the root.
the
Well,
academy
negative
was
1 becomes
starting.
your
Yeah.
I.
And so nobody
Square root of
knew
16
anything about the academy.
4.
You started it.
And
Plus or minus.
I guess the only
4
thing I wish
I.
I had maybe known about the academy before
And
was
those are your 2.
how much
complex
it
roots.
was dependent upon
That's what's
Teachers
going on.
College at Ball State. Because when we first came, it looked like we were kind of on our own. But then
Okay, so
as
then you
things
have
started to
your
develop,
X
then it
minus
became
what's your
clearer
first
that
root?
we were under the control of the Dean of Teachers College.
How so? How does that actually? Does that still
4
affect
plus
that to
Yeah.
this
So-
day?
Yeah,
Then you would put
policy,
in
mostly with
parentheses.
policy. Not really with academics.
plus
It doesn't
I.
affect academics, but it affects
And we're
being an
multiplying that
employee
by
here. It
X
affects how
minus the
you're,
other root.
what you have to do, and there's no
Okay.
promotion here, but
So we're gonna multiply those
it
two.
mostly affects us as employees that we're under
First
Ball
is
State
X
Teachers
squared.
College.
Hmm.
And a little bit of policy.
And
That
then
wouldn't
take
have
X
deterred my
multiplied by
decision to
this
come.
Yeah.
whole parenthesis.
Huh.
It's just that we didn't realize that when we first came.
So do you guys have to adhere by all the policies that a Ball State professor would have to?
And then
Some of them, yeah, like the
times
promote.
this
Well, we
whole
don't have
sheet.
promotion, we don't have tenure, but we still have to do evaluations.
That's right.
And not just student evaluations, but you have to be evaluated by the administrator every
And then
year.
Every
this
year.
one times
Yeah,
this.
so
Because they're
we're
both minus,
still
so
under that kind of
plus.
policy. Or if we wanted to
Mhm.
change certain things,
4 plus
like maybe our calendar,
Yeah.
it seems like we are
So far,
going
so
up
good?
against the Dean of
Okay.
Teachers College.
So now this is
Really?
So
where it
I
gets
thought
a
we
little
would be
bit
more
complicated.
autonomous
So
than
then
that, but we're not. We're under the
But
Dean
then
of Teachers
we're gonna
College.
attribute this
I would have
negative X
rather
to
have been
both
under
of
Honors
these.
College, actually.
Really?
That would have made more sense.
Minus.
Mhm.
That would have made more sense.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Do you know the reason why we're under Teachers College?
I
or
don't
not?
know. I don't know that.
Almost.
I know that our director, our
We
first
have two
director
negatives,
came
so we
out
have
of Teachers
plus
College.
That would make sense.
So he was his position was under Teachers
about this
College.
one?
But I don't know why
Mhm.
Ball State didn't consider, putting us under the Honors
Yeah.
College.
Right?
Huh.
And then we're
Okay.
multiplying
Question number 4. How does the social dynamic of the academy workplace compare to that of your previous workplace?
Well, my previous workplace was, nothing. I mean, I was a grad student, but I can compare it to, say, my husband's, which is a
because
department
we
here on
get
campus,
16
and he far prefers
minus
the people I work with to the people he works with.
Really?
Because we're a closer knit group.
Squared.
Yeah.
because
So these
we
are
have
the
so
single
many
line
different
for us, but the
disciplines
minus I
here.
squared becomes
We have divisions, but we are almost a department in and of ourselves on campus. Whereas his department is all biology,
Alright,
you
so
know,
Yeah.
or there's
still
an
have
all
our X
chemistry. But here we've got math and science and history, and then the different types of history and the different types of math and the different types of science and the different languages, and we're all together, and it's a much tighter group.
Yep.
Do you think you might ever want to work here?
He, well, I'd asked him that before, but he's
that's okay.
he's
It's gonna work out
tenured and
exactly
he's
the same.
promoted, and you
So
can't
let's
do
say
that
we
at the
had 4
academy.
plus 4i.
And there's no
Or
way
4
he
plus
would give
3.
that up.
Make it
But the
better,
teaching
right?
here
So
is
if we have
really
4
good.
plus
That would be.
You know, and I told him too. I said, you know, someday if you would retire from Ball State and you'd want to do a section or two, I think that it would be really worthwhile. Not for money so much.
Yeah,
It
but
would
for the
be
experience.
for yeah,
So
for
it
the joy of
changes
it.
nothing
Yeah.
in the middle
I've
of the
heard
problem,
that
because it's still gonna
People like
get
teaching people that
this.
they can actually still
But
like.
it changes this
Like what I heard
here,
from
so
Dr.
instead of
Arnold was
minus
he liked
negative
teaching kids
1,
that actually
it
still
would be
listen to him and didn't
minus
feel like they knew
Mhm.
everything.
Yeah.
And he just said that a lot of people, like especially the people he taught at Yale, felt like they just knew everything and that they already had like a opinion before they came into the class about what they were learning. But a lot of the kids here don't.
Yeah. It's
No,
just
they
fun to
don't.
do
In my
factors
husband's
or
case, he
whatever.
teaches freshmen primarily. He's in non-majors, and he's
Nothing.
tired of the apathetic
Except that down
attitude.
here it
And
equals
it's
0,
more
and down
like,
here it
I
equals
paid
X
my
and
money,
X.
give me my degree.
Yeah.
You know, and here at the academy,
process
people
is the
come
same.
in and maybe they'll come in and they'll say, "Oh, I'm a dedicated, you know, science major or whatever," and then they take some of our humanities classes and they really start taking
Yeah.
a different path, or vice versa. You know, they come in, I'm a history person or I'm a language person, and they take some of our science or math classes and they, you know, they take
Yeah.
a different direction. So what I like about it is, and this is something I never dreamed of when I came here, because I wanted to teach at a higher
Make it
level.
harder than it is.
That's
Mhm.
why I thought college.
Where do you do
But
this?
academy students, juniors and seniors, you can still make a difference on if they like your subject, you could really sort of change the way that their path.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, you could.
and that's happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not
Yes.
entirely, but maybe
The numerator
it'll open doors for them
gives
that
you
they
your
never
X
thought were even
intercepts.
there.
Yeah.
So the
And
top
that's
gives you your
cool.
X
I know I want
The
to go to
bottom
a college where I
is your
can kind of like minor in Russian.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to do that. So
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and that's a
If
great
you-
minor to have. You
Yeah.
know,
I never even
No.
thought about that before I came here. So
yeah.
yeah, for any
So-
foreign language is fantastic. But yeah, Russian
So we're
is.
doing X
I don't know. I like the
squared
language and
plus 9.
nobody speaks Russian. I've
No, that's
Yeah.
true.
You're
And
not finding
And
domain.
but yet Russian is a language that's growing in necessity. It really is. The State
Yeah.
Department still has it on close to the top of its list as a language,
Yeah.
a desirable language to
Right.
learn,
What about
as a useful language to learn.
the
And you
X
can't go and learn
intercepts?
Russian in 8 weeks.
That's where we
No.
would let
You know,
No, you
this
can't.
equal
you really
0.
can't. It takes a long time.
Yeah.
So you've got a real head, jump start.
Huh.
But yeah, that's what I like about it.
So
Yeah.
The energy and the passion of the students, really.
3.
Yeah, some of us.
Give me
Yeah.
the other ones.
How do you think
So what about
having
Humanities?
worked at the academy will affect your future if the I don't know, after you retire, if you do want to go get another job at some point?
Yeah, well, I quit
Because we can't
once.
be zeros, we
I
can't
quit
cross.
Did you?
once a few years ago because my kids were still
Okay.
small enough, and I was tired of the rat race,
we
and
would also
my husband.
find the red one.
It was kind of too much work, and I wanted to be at home with the kids.
Yep.
And I thought, well, that's it for me. I'm never going to come back.
Horizontal.
And then Dr. Williams called and said, "Could you take a section of Russian?" And then it turned into a section of Russian and German, and then I found when I came back that this is a place for me. And it's just, I think that the academy will always be in my future as long as we're here in Muncie, and as long as they need Russian or German.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of seems like fate. Like you fit like that German and Russian requirement.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think there's a fate element to it too.
Yeah, I can't see anybody else doing that or them finding somebody else like that. So I don't know, but I don't know. I bet that would be really time consuming being a teacher here.
It is. It consumes a lot of your time, a lot of your energy,
Yeah.
because you want to do more,
Yeah.
and I think it's pretty much, for the most part, it's pretty much overall.
Mhm.
I remember years ago we had a social studies teacher here, and she was single, and she actually told some of us who were married, she's like, "Oh, feel so sorry for you," in a way that, because she knew that this takes full time. How on
Yeah.
earth can you have a life outside of here? You
Yeah.
know?
Oh, okay.
You
Yeah.
know, and she eventually did get married and she quit. Come to think of it. But yeah, it's true. It takes a lot of time, but it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing to do.
Yeah, but you do have to put up your boundaries a little bit.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
But I wouldn't change it. And as far as my future or my kids' future, I never really thought one way or another of considering the academy for my kids. And I'm thinking about, I mean, I want them to keep an open mind about
Yeah,
it.
you told me that. You're not going to force them into anything. And,
No, but I want them to know it's here.
Right.
yeah.
I expose them to it, and you know, so
I actually took my 3 little sisters here this weekend, and I don't know who planned that Little Sibs weekend, but they should be fired from planning Little Sibs. They locked us in 3 rooms for 8 hours and told us to play cards, and they wouldn't let us play ping pong or pool either. So
oh my gosh,
that was the weekend. Yeah.
oh
And they were like, yeah, you can stay here for a night. And we were like, can we go outside? And they're like, no, you can't go outside. And we were just like, can we at least go like out in the backyard and play capture the flag with everybody else? They're like, no, you can't play capture the
why
flag.
not?
Whoever planned that really didn't want to do any work.
That's terrible, Dennis.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
I know my sisters hated it. My sisters absolutely. I tried to bring like video games downstairs, and they don't play video games. And then I tried to like play cards, and then as soon as I got them to like rip up the sign that said no ping pong or pool, somebody started like making a puzzle on the ping pong table. I would like to talk to who did it. Because
Yeah, really, because
that was awful.
this should be a little bit of a recruiting thing, and this
It's
is
exactly,
the vote. Yeah,
exactly. I was
Yeah.
like, do you want kids to hate it here before they even get here? Like,
exactly.
I don't know. And then I felt even worse for this one kid who, his brother was hanging out with his girlfriend the whole time. I ended up like having another one tag along, and he was a nice kid. I liked him, so
Oh
I
gosh.
didn't mind it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You can only cage high schoolers so much.
Oh, absolutely. You shouldn't. You know. Okay. Dr. Williams, you needed to talk to me about
Yes.
a student.
Yes.
Dennis, are we about done?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're done.
Okay.